Hey guys, give me a second to post this in our mystery school group. I'm going to cover section 5 of the raw material law of 1 today. My phone's a little slow, hang on. We have some powerful energy too, so I'm trying to utilize it today in a big kind of way. I am going to post this on my page. When I put it on the Sparks of Divine Light healing page last time, everyone was like, can I get a card? Can I get a card the whole time? I'm not going to be doing cards today. I'll be back to do news and cards tomorrow on Sparks of Divine Light. This is something different. This is for my mystery school. I'll be covering lesson 5 today. Let me see, I have one more post, sorry. So I'm not going to be posting this video as wide because this video is for my mystery school group. So this is about Law of 1. We just kind of started. We got a rough start in the group, and I'm going to be doing every section one at a time. We have some powerful energy hitting us today. We have a eclipse tonight. We have a partial eclipse tonight. We literally have the Lionsgate porthole opening tomorrow. And then we have this huge solar eclipse coming, as well as another astrological event in September. Sparks and I are actually going to go live a little bit later today together. He called in sick today so that we could best utilize this energy. So we'll be going live together on astrological events and what's going on in the next month, because we really have some powerful energy. So I'm trying to make the best of it. But I'm going to cover section 5. And I've seen a common theme with channelers using consciousness to heal. And I really love this. I resonate with this material as a healer, and it has a lot of really useful information in it when you can get past any language barriers. And that's how it is when I channel. Sometimes I can't find the words or the accurate words. It's just the way our language is kind of turned out. So forgiveness is a reoccurring theme in this matrix. There's only you, so when we choose not to forgive, it's ourselves that suffer. It's those people that are holding on to things that literally suffer over it, not the other person. And there really is only you. Part of my journey, I went through several dark night of the souls after I woke up, and I felt kind of bad about my past or past actions. And I really liked the egg story because it really sums up a lot of what I learned from the Law of 1 and how there is only you in this matrix. So if you want to if you feel bad about something in your past, you don't have to go find the person and say sorry. You can actually apologize to yourself. And when you forgive someone else, you're forgiving yourself. When you choose not to forgive, you're choosing not to forgive yourself, and it's really bad for your body, as we're going to find out in this section. Karma is created by not forgiving. So therefore, forgiving alleviates karma. And then the thing is, like I said, you can only ever forgive yourself. So the other selves are you in the here. So you're learning how to forgive and love yourself. And the thing is that when you wish karma upon someone else, it's not the person who gets the karma. They could have done the worst thing to you. Okay? Someone could have done something really horrible to you. And when you wish karma upon them, it's not that person who gets it, it's you. There is only you in this matrix. So you're going to get back any kind of energy you're putting out, any kind of intent you're putting out. It's only going to come back to you. There is only you. So in my life, I don't make negative karma, or I try very hard not to, because I don't want to be tied here anymore. And I try to only create good karma for myself. Ra spoke of karma and defined it that it's these actions that are put into motion that will continue. The stoppage of the inertia of actions may be called forgiveness. And this universe works on an energetic system. It's simply the energy and vibrations we put out just come back to us. So if you wish karma on someone, like I just said, the other person won't get it, you'll get it. So the goal is to forgive and to break that cycle, to liberate yourself from that energy instead of having it come back to you in a negative capacity. So we have to work on forgiving everyone. It doesn't mean that I want negative people or toxic people in my life, but we really have to work on forgiveness and letting go of those that are not serving us or those that are toxic for us, so that we don't keep coming back and doing life after life with the same people that we really don't like. When you're choosing not to forgive, you're just karmically binding yourself to that person. And you guys will have to come back here another life to sort it out. So for me, I'm kind of sick of Earth, and I literally just want to finish here. I want this to be my last life here. So I'm working really hard so I don't get stuck here in these karmic cycles. Ra explains how healing happens once we realize we're complete in perfect harmony as is. This really ties into my journey because my journey was about finding myself and self-love. And when I was okay being by myself, well, then I was complete. And then really healing began. So we have to realize that we're complete as is, even these perceived flaws. We're actually perfect as is, and any flaws we have kind of balance us. This is about coming back to one and honoring even the flaws, because the flaws are necessary to balance your perfections. We must learn to live by and accept the law of one. At a certain point, I know that negative entities can ascend, but at a certain point, if you want to get past or reach the sixth density, you have to actually follow the law of one and go back to oneness and be on a positive service of others path. We're mind, body, soul complexes. So a huge part of healing is the mental aspect. We must master silence and we must learn to listen. We really had to get a grip on our thinking to elevate our consciousness levels. Learn to balance your mind most of all. That's where I'm at right now. We're mind, body, soul complexes. But I'm doing a lot of spiritual work, obviously. And I'm also working on my body and what I put into it and, healing my body. But a lot of this has to do with my mind and my thinking. So a lot of you guys know I'm retraining myself to be positive. I had a lot of negative programming, so I'm really reprogramming myself. But I was telling Sparks this morning where some people, they might not be healing as fast as they would like, but their thinking has a lot to do with it. It's like 20% everything else and maybe like 70% your thinking, which is causing illnesses. So we really had to get a good grasp on the mental aspect of things. We must learn to accept completeness within your consciousness. When we judge anyone or anything, we create blockages and confusions, and our mind complex is already very distorted. When we learn to accept, we help others smooth out those distortions. Try accepting and loving people just the way they are. Once you're complete, learn to see the completeness in everyone. That's why I was telling Sparks that we all have flaws. Hey, you could find some of me easy, right? It's a little bit harder to see everyone as divine. So in my own life, I'm learning how to see everyone as divine, flaws and all, and not judging people, because you don't really know where people have been or their story. And if you were in anyone else's shoes, you would actually be making the same decisions as them, the exact same decisions. So we have to get rid of all these blockages and distortions right now. And that's what the law of one's intent is to get rid of distortions that are kind of put out there with misinformation. And everyone else exists completeness too. We must accept other people's polarities. Yes. We must love people the way they are. We have to stop trying to change everyone. I'm going to tell you why. If you can love someone just the way they are, they'll change on their own. So we really had to stop judging people and saying like, oh, you'd be so much better if you stopped eating this, or you'd be so much healthier if you'd stop doing this, or, you really should exercise. We have to stop being judgmental and just start loving people the way they are, and then they'll change on their own. We must really learn to balance love and wisdom. I'm always saying that in my videos constantly. These are gateways to higher dimensions. It's like love, truth, and then wisdom. And these are really the keys that we need to enter these higher states of being. We need a balance between the heart chakra and the third eye. We need a balance between love and wisdom. Otherwise, in the fourth density, that correlates with the heart chakra, we get kind of lost on martyring ourselves for others. So we really need a balance of wisdom of the fifth dimension to balance that. I love how Ra advises people to engage with touching, loving, sex, and craving company, and to use these activities to find yourself love, but also love for others. This is what me and my twin flame do. We use our love to get closer to God and to expand our spiritual awareness. So literally, when I love my twin flame, I am loving God. When I'm loving any of you guys, I'm loving an aspect of the divine. So if you want to get close to God, I know a lot of people are thinking, I'll go fill myself up on spiritual philosophies, or go look in books or mosques or temples or whatever. But I'm going to tell you, if you want to get close to God, do something nice for someone, lift someone else's vibration. That is getting close to God. It's important that we also are treating everyone as an aspect of the divine, literally. It's important that we understand how emotions affect different parts of the body, definitely. The body is a creature of the mind's creation. We touch base on how each male is female and vice versa. We must always understand both polarities. We have to balance these divine masculine and divine feminine qualities within ourselves. We have to come into balance with ourselves before we can really come into balance with others. We talk about the chakras, or the energy pathways that revolve and cause the body to be energized. A lot of you guys know I'm kind of obsessed with that concept. because I have a good understanding of how the body works. So if you want to understand the body, try to understand the chakras. So we've talked about the physical and mental. Now comes the spiritual. We talk about accessing intelligent infinity. This is what connects all three aspects. That's the unifying force that connects all of us too. It's within me, it's within you, it's actually in everything. And the thing is, people get so hung up on good and bad and good and evil. But I'm going to tell you, everything is divine here. Everything's going exactly as planned, and it's actually perfect here. Nothing needs saving, changed, or fixed. Just yourself does. So everything is actually perfect here, and everything in this universe is made of divine energy. Let's see. Ra explained the upward yearning with the downpouring of divine energy like a magnet. Magnets have two poles, one reaching up, one reaching down. The function of spirit is to integrate the up-reaching yearning of the mind-body energy with the downpouring in-streaming of intelligent infinity. As above, so below. This is kind of where me and my twin flame are at. We're realizing that we're powerful magnets. And that we can draw each other to us, or we can repel each other. So I think that all humans have this ability to become magnetic or to repel people depending on their mood and their vibration. So I try to stay really high vibes, so hopefully I'm attracting all of you guys, not repelling you guys. Our vibrations kind of have a habit of doing that. But we're going to understand that these negative polarities are needed. They are the charge in things. The spiritual aspect embodies a force of field and consciousness which are least distorted of the three aspects. And we already know that the spiritual is least distorted. When we go into like a dream state and we go into the dream world, we know that that's our higher self, and that's us void of ego. You don't see a lot of really egoic situations playing out in the dream realm like you do here. So that's more of a pure aspect of ourselves. The spiritual body energy field, and I say aka your light body, is a pathway or a channel. When your mind and body are receptive and open, spirit becomes the functional shuttle or communicator with the entity's individual energy upwards and from the streamings of the creative fire and wind downwards. We already know that if you have all of your chakras open, that is enlightenment. And you're going to have more of this source energy flowing through your body. Most people call it intelligent infinity. It's like it's what I call God. Call it what you want. It's an infinite energy stream that has the potential to really enhance us, alter our DNA, and stream us up to our potential. Everyone is the creator or an aspect of the divine, and that's what I'm at. I'm trying to merge with my twin flame and with this intelligent infinity so that I can become more powerful and take control of my life and create things as a co-creator, just as the creator would. As we become more and more conscious, we choose a path of either service to self or service to others. A lot of your life, you were being tested and moved around to be kind of like, I can't think of the word. You guys were being cataloged based on your motives. If you're either service to self and service to others. You guys have been kind of being monitored your whole life to see what path you're choosing based on your actions. So you can choose either path, but as I say, it's always smarter to choose the service to others path. A lot of people around me are doing that without realizing that by parenting, being in relationships, just being a good mom or a good girlfriend or a good wife or whatever. The seeker then becomes the adept when it has balanced with minimal adequacy the appropriate energy centers. That's where me and my twin flame are at. We always make sure all of our chakras are open, balanced, and aligned. And you really do become the adept. Ra discusses the chakras, red, orange, yellow, and blue, with the addition of green for the positive, thus moving into the indigo work of the third eye. The focus will shift from trying to do outer work to trying to do inner work. I was just telling Sparks that I used to get attacked a lot on my videos because he's just getting into doing videos and starting out. So I told him that I used to get attacked a lot because someone just asked if I did. But now I don't. As I'm changing my inner, I'm getting less of the garbage reflected in the outer to me. So it's kind of smoothing out what I'm getting reflected back to me. So we can't change the world. We can only change our inner selves and do that inner work. And when you do that, it will change everything around you and everything that you're seeing and reflecting to you. As the adept becomes more and more of a consciously crystallized entity, it will gradually manifest more and more of what's always been, which is the infinite creator. That's where we're at. All lives on this planet are going from carbon to crystal. So we're actually changing our chemical consistencies. A lot of these kids are being born already crystal, already their higher selves right now. We learned that the personality contains 3 parts. 1, know yourself. 2, accept yourself. 3, become the creator. And that's what I'm here to do, is to manifest the life that I want and create what I want right here. The 3rd part requires a lot of humility and service. This is being able to know and accept everyone. To become the creator is to become all there is. The 2 basic requirements for healing: forgiveness of others and forgiveness of self. We went over how it's through anger, becoming cells of the body that go out of control, creating cancer. I can tell you guys this is 100% accurate. I've given myself stage 3 cancer. I kind of went through a lot to become a healer, the healer that I am now. So basically it is anger, and it has a bad impact on any cells in our body. That's why love heals, anger destroys. We went over how cancer can be healed by forgiving the person we were angry at and ourselves. And it mostly doesn't come down to forgiving the other person. It comes down to forgiving ourselves, because you are everyone else in another life. So you might delude yourself and not remember those lives, but that's you you're mad at. A huge part of healing is taking care of ourselves. Our diet should be chosen out of care and respect for ourselves. That's the best thing that I can do, is watch what I'm putting into my body. Sparks was giving someone healing advice this morning and told the person to stop eating wheat or gluten. And they were like, oh, I can eat what I want, God said. Okay, well, you know that's actually the problem, because a lot of our foods are being treated with chemicals. And like, I can eat that stuff fine, but I know a lot of people around me are getting really sick from eating the same foods. So it really just depends on your body and how good you're filtering out these things. But we had to really be careful of what we're putting into our bodies at this point in time, because we're kind of living in the middle of spiritual warfare all around us. And one of the ways that we're attacked is through our food. We talked about purging and the process of purging out toxic thought forms and emotions. It's not purging out your body so much, it's purging out your mind, your toxic emotions, things like that. We talked about how one could use concentrations of faith and reprogram instead of fasting or dieting. It's best to do a combination of everything. So I'm careful about what I put into my body, but I'm also reprogramming my mind. And so a lot of people think because they have mastered being vegan or vegetarian that that's all there is. There are many other aspects that you have to learn how to balance, as well as the food that you're eating. The higher self achieves reprogramming by using focus and attention. This can only be achieved through having faith that this entire outcome is possible. This really is how manifesting works too. You have to believe it to create it. That's why I can't go win the lottery yet. I can't believe it yet. I've been too conditioned. So as long as you can believe it, you can create anything you want here. You can manifest whatever you want. We discussed increasing concentration through visualization. We've been discussing how every geometrical shape, or even looking at sacred geometry, positively affects your subconsciousness. This is why when I manifest, I just daydream about what I want all the time. And we should be using this energy right now to manifest our dreams, our desires, what we want, not what we don't want. So don't focus on the old and destroying it. Focus on creating the new. Should we take medicine? Ra responded, the mechanical views of the body has created the rapid growth of ill health due to the strong chemicals used to control and hide bodily distortions. These are not good. Medications are never going to solve the problem. We're energetic beings, and I always recommend some type of energy work versus medication. We then discuss healing energy. Once the healer has become properly balanced and has unblocked their chakras, it's possible for them to act as a collector and focuser of light. We use our left hand to collect and our right hand to distribute it. That's what I do all day long. I've tapped into this. I've tuned into this intelligent infinity. It's kind of like a channel that you can tune into. And I harness energy on a really large scale for the collective, for all of you guys. I'm always sending you guys energy all the time. And it's kind of what I do. I look at myself kind of like an energy container. So it's quite possible to harness this energy and to use it for the collective. Healers use their heart chakras to move this pranic energy. You really have to have it open, heart chakra as well as all your chakras open, to be doing this kind of healing work. Ra describes healing. The crystallized healer is a channel for intelligent infinity, which offers opportunity for the entity that it might heal itself. Healers are not responsible for the healing, but only for offering the healing. I always say this, it's not me who's healing you, I'm just helping you guys. I've learned how to access the other realm. But I'm just helping. It's not me that's actually healing you. It's this energy that's healing you. So when a healer really believes it's them and gets on like an ego trip, it will completely take away their power. It's never us that are healing. We have to remember that. Healing is first done to the metaphysical part, and then the aesthetic body, then the physical. It's the aesthetic body which is the key to physical health. Our light body is everything. I go through bad chronic pain like you guys wouldn't believe. And I remember my twin flame telling me early in my journey to live in my light body. And this is so true. If you want the sickness on any level, then it stays. Remember, we chose the circumstances of our lives before we came here. So we chose to be sick if that's the case. Pain can be physical, but usually it's of a mental or emotional complex. Sometimes even of a spiritual complex. Lessons to be learned for pain include patience, tolerance, and the ability for a light touch. Remember, we chose these lessons before we came here, but any kind of ailment, illness, anything like that is always spiritual in base. We talked about catalysts again, and how they're intended to move us towards forming a bias towards acceptance of love or towards separation and control. That's really what it comes down to. Do we still want to try to continue to control things when we know we can't, or do we want to choose love and get out of here? The whole point of this journey is evolution. Ra went over how if someone is balanced, the Creator will work through that. If someone is balanced, the Creator will work through them to balance other chakras. And that's really my gift and what I'm doing. We talked about how a balanced entity resolves attacks from a place of love and understanding without any separation. Yeah, I have reached a place where I will not engage back. I just block, cut cords, etc. So we have to realize that everyone is one. If you're getting attacked, it's not the person, it's something within you that you have to focus on. We discussed death and how death by murder is confusing. Death by suicide causes a necessity for much healing work and returning to the third density to keep learning the lessons set by the higher self. Mental disease equates to those unready to face the self for the first time. Those on a service to self path have the most problems with the heart chakra. We talked about entities that want to aid society, but how universal love is much more desired than rearranging political structures. All you can do is love here. We can't go ahead and fix these systems. They're never going to be fixable. They just weren't designed that way. I'm going to see if there's any questions right now. We have kind of a crazy day. We're going to be doing a lot of healing work today together. Sparks called in sick so he could come to work at Sparks of Divine Light today, which is pretty amazing. I'm looking forward to this energy. I'm going to see if you guys have any questions. You went vegetarian. That's good. Make sure you're eating balanced food, though. I see a lot of people can get sick going down that path. Like, I have a lot of people that are vegan that come to me for healing. Just make sure you're taking care of your body, paying attention to what you're putting into it, and eating more food. The thing is, this energy is making me starving. Like, I've been eating a lot of food anyway. So just eat more food during these energy storms. We really need more energy right now. There's no cards today. I will be coming back on here in a few hours with Sparks to go over astrology and what's going on right now. And I will be back to do cards tomorrow. I do teach energy healing. I teach Reiki. We do our whole business remotely, like our entire business. So we don't do anything in person unless you want to do like a spiritual retreat with us sometime. So literally we do everything remotely. I give you the handbooks, I give you the videos, and then I attune you and certify you when you're ready, which is really amazing. It's probably better for me energetically too. I'm able to tune in, keep my energy more pure from my house, etc. Love it. You got Chlorella, good. Is this the Lion's Gate? That will be tomorrow. I'm going to do a whole video with Sparks just on astrology and this energy, what's going on for the next month. It'll be pretty amazing. So I'm going to get off of you here. Make sure you like the Mystery School page. For sure. This is for Atlantis material and Law of One material. If you guys want to join the Mystery School, there's a one-time donation fee of $20. This goes to our cause to pretty much saving the planet. And we teach this class in exchange for that. Literally, I'll add you, I'll put a link below for the donation. I'll add you to the group, and I'm going to be broadcasting from that group and posting all of the lessons. It's pretty amazing. I would definitely check it out. And I'm going to let you guys go on that note. Love and light.